if you win a contract. In this video, we'll provide some tips for successfully working with Australian government organisations when you have been awarded a contract. Firstly, remember that all businesses, including those who successfully win a contract, are entitled to request and receive a debriefing on their tender response. Receiving feedback on your tender response can help you understand how to compete more effectively in future processes and help you to build on the strengths in your submission. If the value of the contract is $10,000 or more, you should be aware that some details of the contract will be published on AusTender as a contract notice within 42 days of the contract being entered into. This will include a description of the contract, its period and value, including extension options and the maximum end date where options are available, the procurement method, and name and address of the contracted business. For limited tenders and procurement through panel arrangements, this will also include information on how many suppliers were approached. No other details about your response will be made public. Now, let's cover some important points about entering into and managing a contract with an Australian government organisation. The contract sets out the roles and responsibilities of all parties, including how, when, and to what standard the contract deliverables are to be delivered. The contract will also contain provisions for how the organisation will monitor outputs and performance. It will outline your rights and obligations, including managing conflicts of interest, managing confidential and personal information, auditing arrangements, liability and indemnification, and dispute resolution. An official will be appointed to oversee the management of the contract, and you will need to appoint someone to manage the contract from your end. Appointing the right person is crucial to ensuring a strong relationship is developed and maintained throughout the life of the contract. Contracts should be actively managed by both parties to ensure contractual obligations are met, risks identified and dealt with early, and any conflicts or impediments to delivery are appropriately managed. The contract will outline the payment terms under which the organisation is bound to pay the supplier. This might include payment points at agreed milestones. This can include, but is not limited to, the delivery of a product, milestone or outcome, or based on certain dates. We will now run through some tips for working successfully with Australian government organisations. Deliver the goods or services on time, on budget, and in a professional manner. Fill in the paperwork for your contract promptly and give the Australian Government Contract Manager any information they need as soon as you can. Keep your contract manager informed. You might do this via phone, email, or attending regular meetings. Don't be afraid to advise of issues. A professional contract manager would prefer to work with you to prevent issues rather than try to fix them afterwards. Ensure that all deliverables have been completed and contractual obligations have been met, including any reporting requirements within the timeframes specified in the contract. Knowing how important it is to pay its suppliers on time, the Australian Government requires organisations to pay suppliers within 20 days of the acknowledgement of satisfactory delivery of goods or services and the receipt of a correctly rendered invoice. Where the organisation and the supplier have compatible e-invoicing capability, payment times are reduced to 5 days. If an organisation fails to pay in time, it may have to pay interest to the supplier on the outstanding amount. For more information, please visit sellingtogov.finance.gov.au.